Alright, Section 3 Fundamentals of Bridge Inspection. Traffic Control Introduction Philosophy Fundamental Principle Informing Motorists, Control the Motors, Provide Clear Marked Path, Inspector Safety Use of Practice, Work Zone Vehicles and Equipment, Workers, Requirement Control Devices, Types of Traffic Control Devices, Sign and Channeling Devices, Lighting, Flaggers, One-Way Traffic Control, Shadow Vehicles, Police Assistance, Public Safety Training and Responsibility Pages intentionally left blank. Alright, introduction. Bridge inspection, usually only one requires traffic control procedure relative to the short-term close of only a day or two. Long-term closure of construction activities use concrete barriers not included in this topic. Bridge inspection, like construction maintenance activities and bridges, often present motorists unexpected unusual situation. Most state agencies have adopted manual uniform traffic control devices, states and highways. Some places, states, and local jurisdictions, however, issue their own standard manuals of drawing. While working exposed to traffic, bridge inspectors should check following existing agency standards will prescribe minimum procedures, normal tactic, typical application, proper use of standard traffic control device such as cones, signs, flashing arrow boards. See Figure 331. Sometimes, after initial installation, traffic control prescribed. Traffic control may be revisions provide adequate protection to motorists and pedestrian inspectors. Philosophy and fundamental principles. All traffic control devices used street, highway, construction maintenance work should be conformed with the applicable specifications and manual uniform traffic control devices, and agency inspection time should be minimized to reduce exposure potential hazard of the compromising thoroughness of inspection principles and procedure which have been shown to enhance the safety proportion. Motors and pedestrian bridge inspection vicinity work should be included in the following. Traffic safety and workload should be an integral high priority element of every inspection project, from planning stages to performance inspection. The safety of the motorist, pedestrian work must be kept in mind at all times. The basic safety principles governing design traffic control roadways shall also give the design inspection site. The goal should be to route traffic through such area with the geometrics and traffic control devices comparable through the normal highway situation. Notice of work site location guidance through these sites must be clearly communicated to the driver. After traffic control is detailed appropriate with the complexity of the work of the project should be prepared and understood. All responsibility parties before site is occupied. Any change of the traffic control should be approved by an official trained in safety control practices. Alright, control the motorist. The traffic motor movement should be inhibited as little practical traffic control and work should be designed the assumption of the motorist in one way to reduce speeds and clearly perceive the need to do so. Reduced speeding zones should be avoided as much as practical. The objective of the traffic control plan use a variety of traffic control measurement devices, whatever combination necessary to assure the smooth safety of vehicular movement past work area at the same time, provide safety for equipment workers on the job. Frequent abrupt changes geometric such as lane narrowing to drop lanes, main roadway transitions that require rapid maneuvers should be avoided. Provisions should be safe operation work vehicles, particularly high-speed, high-volume roadways. This includes use of rope-mounted flashing lights and flashers when entering a low evening work zone. They also includes the conservative number of lanes that can be closed at one time by the operation, which might be most cost efficient in inspecting the floor system left to the right. Traffic control may dictate work length of a few beams at a time. Provide a clear marked path. A good traffic control plan provides safe, efficient movement of the motorists and pedestrians. Projection of the bridge inspectors at work areas. Adequate warning, delineation, channelization should be provided to assure motorists path positive guidance in advance and through their work area. Proper signs and other devices effective under varying conditions to highlight whether may be used. Maintenance and roadside tech set requires constant attention during the life of the work because of the potential increase of the hazard. All traffic control devices should be removed immediately when no longer needed to accommodate runoff road and incidents, disabled vehicles, or other emergency situations. Designed to provide encumbered roadside recovery area that was wide as practical. Channelization in traffic should be accomplished by using signs, cones, barricades, or other lightweight devices which shield them when hit or errant vehicles. When practical, equipment and materials should be stored in such a manner not too vulnerable to run off-road vehicle impact. When safe storage is not available, the adequate attention devices should be provided. Alright, 3.3 Inspector Safety Practices Work Zone. Transparent traffic represented with a even greater threat for the inspector safety than climbing highway bridges. The work zone is intended as a safe haven from the traffic so that the inspector concentrates on the job they're doing. As work zones need to be clearly marked to guide a motorist around it and inform as possible to prevent errant vehicles from entering. See Figure 332. The work zone should be compact as possible. Minimize traffic disruption. Must be available wide enough and long enough to permit access to the area to be inspected to allow safe movement of the workers and equipment. The end of the work zone should be clearly assigned as courtesy to the motorist. Vehicles and equipment. The inspector vehicles and equipment need to be made visible to the motorist within flashing markers, arrow boards as appropriate. Vehicles entering existing work zones should use roof-mounted flashing light flashers to distinguish themselves from other motorists. Also, all vehicles should use extreme caution when moving in and out of work zones. Allow traffic ample time to react to the vehicle's movement. Workers, individual work zones must be wearing approved safety vests, hard hat, visibility identification that help make the inspector look official to the public. Inspectors should also stay with the work zone for their own safety. Alright, 334, requirement of traffic devices. Each bridge inspection project device different, and the traffic concern the unique of that location. Selection of the proper traffic control device for each location is dependent upon so many factors. There are several different types of traffic control devices. They are the same basic principle for the efficient traffic control device. Traffic control device must be visual attention getting. Brightening colors device easier to see from the motorist. Also, signs must be legible color distinguishing in the night as well as during the day. Nighttime sign visibility is provided through retroreflective, which is accomplished by cylindrical glass beads. Parasitic reflectors is the sign material. New sign messages such as "Slow down, my daddy works here," "Give us a break," "Slow down," call the driver to think one more personal level. Traffic control device give clear direction. Traffic control device might command respect that should be official. Traffic control devices must elicit the proper response at the proper time. The decision process includes classic chain of sensing, perceiving the analyzing, deciding, and responding. Average perception reaction time of the driver is 2.5 seconds at 60 miles an hour. 2.5 seconds translates into 220 feet. Additional time distance is required for specific action taken in showing, such as hitting the brake. Traffic control might accommodate with a wide range of vehicles from small compact car to large combination tractor trailers and driver skills, which may be impaired by alcohol, drugs, drowsiness, use of cellular phones. Also, other requirements of traffic control device have been factored into the various agency guidelines of work area traffic control. The guidelines represent areas may be trained people do not change traffic patterns without consulting agency standards or traffic control personnel. 335. Types of traffic control devices. Example of traffic control devices include, but a regulatory speed limit sign 40 miles an hour do not pass may require special authority. Warning, bridge inspection work area ahead slow. Guide signs, directional designation signs not used for bridge inspection traffic control unless the door is established. Changeable message signs can display more than one message. Alright, channelizing devices. The function channelizing devices are to warn alert drivers and the hazard created with the construction maintenance activity near the traveled way and to the guide the direct traffic driver's safety pass to the hazards. Devices using channelization should provide a smooth and gradual transition of moving the traffic one lane to another one, bypass to, or a detour into or in a reducing width of the traveled way. They should be constructed so that not to inflict any damage due to the vehicle with inherently strikes them. Channeling devices are elements of toll system. Traffic control devices used in highway construction maintenance operations. These elements should proceed by a subsystem. A warning device to adequate size and number and placement for the type of the highway on the workers is to place. Typical channeling devices include cones, drums, wands, vertical panels, portable concrete barrier sections. These are seldom applicable to the bridge inspection due to short duration of the work. And then it shows traffic control cones, traffic control drums. Alright, lighting. Another typical type of control devices is lighting. Lightings include the following: flashers, attachment signs of the device for the track of attention or for night visibility, arrow boards for lane control, floodlights illuminate work area at night to assist motorists to negotiate restricted area. Floodlights should only be required for bridge inspection in emergencies, extremely high traffic volumes, areas where lane restrictions are not feasible at night. They should be aimed so that the driver vision is not impaired. Message boards for lane control. Message boards can be programmed remotely using a cell phone. And then it says flaggers. A number of handheld signaling devices such as stop, slow, paddles, lights for the red flags are used with control through the work zone. Single paddle bearing clearing message stop and slow provides motorists with more positive guidance on the flags in general. Primary hand signaling devices, if permitted with the agency flag use, should be limited to the emergency situations at the stop location best controlled by signal flare. Signal flaggers are responsible for human safety bank with the greatest number of the public contacts. All construction personnel is important, but the qualified personnel selected flagger shall be possessed the following minimum qualification: good common sense, good physical condition, including sight and hearing, mental awareness, courteous but firm manner, neat appearance, sense and responsibility, safety, public and crew, trained safety control practices. Use a hard hat, suitable clothing, and such an improved vest and shirt and jacket should be required for flaggers for nighttime conditions. Similar outside garments should be reflectorized. Flaggers are provided at work sites to stop in traffic intermediately as necessary by work process. Also maintain continuous traffic flow past work sites at reduced speeds to help protect the work crew. For both these functions, the flagger must at all times be clearly visible to approaching traffic with distance sufficient to permit proper response to the motorist from flagging instruction to permit the traffic to reduce speed before entering the work site. And positioning flaggers considered must be given the maintained color contrast between the work area background flaggers' protective garments. Preferred methods: stop, slow paddle, 18 inches, and then emergency situation, red flag. To stop traffic, to stop, and to let traffic proceed. To alert and slow traffic. Alright, the following methods of signal and signal pattern should be used. See figure 3.3.10. To stop traffic, the flagger should face the traffic stem with the stop sign and wave at the patient. Stand at a stationary position, arm extending horizontally away from the body. Free arm is raised with the palm toward the approaching traffic. When it's safe for traffic to proceed, the flagger should face the traffic slow sign with the paddle held in stationary position, arm extending horizontally away from the body. Flagger motions traffic ahead with the free hand. Where it's desired to alert and slow the traffic, flagger shall face the traffic with a slow sign, paddle held in a stationary position with the arm extending horizontally away from the body. So, the following methods of signal with a flag should be used. To stop traffic, the flagger should face the traffic, extend the flag horizontally across the traffic lane with a stationary position so that the full area of the flag is visible hanging below the shaft with greater emphasis with the free arm. A wave may be raised with the palm toward the approaching vehicle traffic. When it's safe for traffic to proceed, the flagger should stand parallel with the traffic movement, the flag arm lowered from view of the driver's motion. Traffic ahead for the free arm flag should not be used if the signal traffic to proceed. Where desired to alert and slow traffic, the flagger should face the traffic slowly, wave in a sweeping motion, extend the arm at the shoulder level to straight down without raising the arm above the horizontal position. Alright, lights approved by the appropriate highway authority with reflective single paddles. Reflected flags shall be used for the flag traffic at night. Whenever practical, the flaggers shall advise the motorist for reasons for the delay with the approximate period of the traffic will be halted. Flaggers and appropriate machinery trucks should be made and understand that every responsible effort must be made to allow the driving public to right away to prevent excessive delays. Flagger stations should be located far enough in advance of the worksite so that the approaching traffic will have sufficient distance to reduce speed before entering the project. The distance related with approach speed to physical distance at sites are 60 to 90 meters or 200 to 300 feet. If desirable, urban areas where the speeds are low and trees or closed spaces, this is necessarily must be decreased. Flaggers should stand either on the shoulder adjacent with the traffic being controlled with a barricaded lane. At the spot obstruction position may have to be taken the shoulder outside, opposite of the barricade section. Operate left. Under no circumstances should a flagger stand in the lane being used by moving traffic. The flagger must clearly visible to approach the traffic at all times for the reason of the flagger must stand alone, never permitting a group of workers congregating on the flagger station. Flagger shall station sufficiently in advance worker face to warn them of approaching dangers such as out of control vehicles. Alright, flagger station should be adequately protected. Proceeded with a provided advanced warning station at night. Flagger station should be adequate. Illuminated short lane closure with adequate sight distance is available for safe handling traffic. Using one flagger may be sufficient. Alright, one-way traffic. When traffic both directions must be limited distance, use a single lane provision should be made with the alternate one-way movement into the path through the traffic through constricted work zone spot obstructions such as a short bridge or movement by self-regulating. However, when the one-lane section is any one length, there should be some means for the coordinating movement at each end of the vehicles not simultaneously move in the opposite direction in the work zone, so the delays are not excessive in either end. Control points at each end of the route should be chosen as a permanent easy pass in opposing lines of vehicles. Alternate one-way traffic controls may be facilitated by the following means: flag control, flag carrying, official car, pilot car, traffic signals. Flag control is usually used for the bridge inspection where one lane section is short enough so that each end is visible from the other end. Traffic may be controlled by means of a flagger at each end of the section. One of the two should be designated As chief flagger to coordinate movement, they should be able to communicate with either the verbally or means of signal. These signals should not be such as mistaken flagging signals where the end of one-way section is not visible from the other end. The flaggers may maintain contact between the main radios and failed telephones so that a flagger may know well when to allow traffic to proceed in the section. Last vehicle from the opposite direction can be identified by the description of the license. Shadow vehicles with truck-mounted actuators are used to prevent vehicles entering work zones. Some motorists drift into the lane closure. Each agency has its own specific requirement. Both shadow vehicles should generally be employed anytime the shoulder or travel lane will be occupied by workers or equipment. Requirements for the truck itself vary with high visibility while flashing lights, strip panel, aero board on the rear of the vehicle over the specified minimum weight are generally required. Some agencies recommend the use of truck or trailer mounted actuators. This protects the motorists as well as the inspectors. And this is a shadow vehicle with an actuator. Police assistance on some inspection job. Police assistance may be helpful, even required. Presence of the patrol car aids slowing and controlling the public at signalized intersection near a job site. A police officer may be required to ensure traffic flows properly and smoothly. Alright, public safety. Since fundamental goal of the bridge inspection to enhance public safety would be make little sense of the endanger sane public. Inadequate traffic control measures. Traffic control does not take time, money, effort. It's, however, a necessary part of the business of the bridge inspection. In the broadest sense of the motorist and the customer, everyone of the transportation industry, like everyone else, so the bridge inspectors need to treat customers well by inconveniencing them as little as possible, protecting their safety. This means providing well thought out, clear, effective traffic control measures. Pedestrians also must be considered. If a walkway must be closed, it should be properly signed and barricaded. Alternate route for the pedestrian should be indicated if necessary through preferably around work zone. Each person who actions affect the inspection, maintenance, construction zone safety from upper level management personnel to the construction and maintenance field personnel should receive training and appropriate to the job decision. Each individual is required to make them. Only those individuals who are qualified by means of adequate training, traffic control practices, have basic understanding of the principles established with applicable guidelines and regulations should supervise the selection and permanent placement, maintenance of the traffic control device, bridge safety inspection, maintenance, control, construction area. Our responsibility. Legally and morally, the inspector's responsibility to follow the regulation guideline of the agency have jurisdiction. Primary goal of good traffic control is safety of the workers, motorists, pedestrian safety. Secondary goal is able to defend themselves and your employer should there be an accident. Accidents bring lawsuits. Lawsuits bring inquiries about who is responsible. One thing is investigated during a lawsuit will be whether or not the standards and regulations were followed. Anything not done in accordance with the public standards, regulations, and directives could be bring blame upon whoever violated the regulation. Being blamed for an accident is an expensive and damaging. This page is intentionally left blank. Section 3, Fundamental Bridge Inspection. Okay. Testing.